Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. Everybody was asking me, how did I know to short forward when it was November? And it was when Aunt B was telling us everything was fine. Well, what people didn't know is Aunt B was lying to us. Because when she was raising the rates, machinery sales were down 5.6%, computers were down 8.7%, communication equipment sales down 21%. I took a look at our chart and I saw that institutions were pulling money out of Ford. So we said, let's short Ford. And we did that in November, on November 10th, because my charts told me there was a big sell signal, and we took advantage of it. And you know that stock Ford has now dropped 17%. That's the return my gang has now, 17%. Don't follow any of the jibber jabber from CNBC or the Fed. Follow me. philsgang.com.
Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. We're a teaching format. Boy, do we give good service. You know, buying a stock doesn't have to be complicated. The reason why Wall Street makes it complicated is so to make you think you need to hire them. You can do better without them, believe me, because you're not going to have those big fees. Come to Phil's Gang, where we'll show you an easy way to buy a stock. philsgang.com, where we don't make it complicated but profitable.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, my name is Phil Grande, philsgang.com. The 401k big lie. They tell you invest $10,000 a year for 30 years, compounded at 6% annually. You will have a grand total of $245,000 to retire. That is not true. That is not the truth. What they don't tell you is the hidden fees. There's 27 hidden fees in your 401k. When you're all done, you lose half of what you put aside for your retirement. That's right, half. And another thing, you're not allowed to do individual stocks in a mutual fund. And you're not allowed to make money when stocks go down. That's ridiculous. Would you buy a car with just forward and no reverse? Why would you ever be in a fund that you can't make money when the stock market goes down? Join my gang, philsgang.com.
Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
Time is the one thing that we want more of. Without the donors, I wouldn't have my Audrey. They take care of our housing. They take care of our food. In addition to the best medical treatment that my daughter could ever have. So it allows me to focus on my daughter and getting her better.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande of philsgang.com. When was the last time you've gotten a raise? It's been a long time. When was the last time you got overtime? That's been a long time. Sure, why? What people don't realize is we got two components out there that is killing your standard of living. Free money provided to CEOs from the Federal Reserve, and then the way the CEO is being compensated. CEOs are not compensated on performance anymore. CEOs are compensated on stock options. That's how they make most of their money. So as long as the Federal Reserve will give them money free, they're going to focus on the CEO buying shares back to pop that price up to make that stock option. That's why you're not getting paid. Join my gang, philsgang.com.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande of philsgang.com. You know, there's nothing worse than you're investing in a stock and during the day something happens and you don't know what to do. You don't know who to call. Or you call somebody and they just give you a bunch of BS. Not here at Phil's Gang. We value every gang member. During the day, you got a question about your stock, you contact us. We have the best service in the world. philsgang.com. You're not alone. You're a gang member.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call. That's 877-600-4264.
Time is the one thing that we want more of as a St. Jude parent. Without the donors, I wouldn't have my Audrey.
El que St. Jude no cobra ni un centavo para nosotros significa quitarnos todo ese estrés, esa preocupación y podernos enfocar en nuestra hija.
That was the first thing I was like, how are we going to do this? When they told us that we didn't have to pay a single bill, I was like, wow, they pretty much have saved us.
They take care of our housing. They take care of our food. In addition to the best medical treatment that my daughter could ever have. So it allows me to focus on my daughter and getting her better.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You know, people make it too complicated. Wall Street tells you the market cap and the trailing PE and the forward PE and price to sales to confuse you. All you need to know is, does the stock have volume? What's that mean? Energy. What does that mean? If you have people buying a stock, enough of the stock's being bought, it influences the prices to go up. Join my gang, philsgang.com. We're using charting, philsgang.com.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call. That's 877-600-4264. The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grande.
The GDX on track for its best week since February, up about 25% month to date.
GDX, that's gold, that's right. And now it's amazing how they're all coming out and telling you to buy gold. Those are the gold mining stocks. Welcome to Phil's Gang, coast to coast around the country, off the Wall Street Radio Network. It's always this way. It makes me so grumpy. That's why people just leave the stock market. They get disgusted. Somebody's going to start buying the gold mining stocks because now they're pushing them. They're a little late. You don't push them now. Now you get ready to take profits and you get ready to short them. You wait for the signal. Now the stock can keep going up. I'm not saying GDX can't go up. We bought GDX when nobody wanted GDX back in December. We bought GDX, it was around $14, and today's nearing $26. And that's about a 85% gain for my gang members. Now they're telling you to buy stocks. CNBC and these economists tell you to buy gold mining stocks after an 85% gain. This is what they do. And all your 401ks, all the 401ks, this is what they'll do. Now they do it all the time. Right before we have the biggest correction in the stock market, they start buying and buying and buying, putting their money to work. They always do it right at the top. If you look at the S&P 500, and I pointed this out to my gang many times, in fact, a couple of times in the last couple of days, and I showed them. If you go all the way back a year, and you'll see that every time we got near $212, going all the way back a year ago, we can't break above the $212, no matter what they do. No matter what they do. All we need is a catalyst for this market to collapse another 12%. We did that back in July and August of last year, if you recall. That's when I said, hey, look what's going on. I've never seen so much money being pulled out of the stock market by hedge funds. I mean, it's just coming out in droves. And it was our chart that picked it up, the PT2 chart. It turned red. So we were able to short, bet it was going down, and we did. And it went down about 12, 13%. And then we got on the other side of it going back up. And went back up another 12%. Then we had China. That was the next catalyst. It was China. And the market dropped another 14%, 12 to 14%. And we were short again because our chart is reliable, because our chart, it's smart. It tells us when institutions are pulling their money out and when it's putting money in. That's all trading is about. That's all investing is about. That's it. It's not about buying value stocks. I love that when I hear that. Value stocks. Go out and buy value stocks? There's no stocks that have value anymore. We call value stocks. Value stocks are when we had the CEOs of companies screw up. Their return on assets, return on equity, their performance for both those were terrible. The stock would collapse, and we'd go in and buy them and hold on for 10 years, replace the management. Those days are gone. They're gone forever. What are you, nuts? Most the big banks, JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, Wells Fargo, all their trading desks, they're in and out of stocks within 5 to 7 days. Yes, but they're not going to tell you that. So when I developed the PT2 chart, and I said, I want to make it really simple, and you look at the S&P right now, it turned green at $193, and it went up to $200. It's still $209, and on the way back up, and that was about a 8-10%, I think it was, okay, from about 193 to 209. And now we're going to wait, and it's about a 8% gain. And now we're going to wait for a signal. When it turns red, we pull our money out, it goes back down, we'll catch it the other side. So we're caught in this range in the stock market right now. We got this range, about a 14% range, and we're getting ready for our next 12% pullback. This would be the third one. This would be the third pullback. So again, we had the Chinese, we had the hedge funds pulling money out. Now we got to get a catalyst. So and remember, stocks go down 5-10 times faster than they go up. The stock market it's only going up because they keep pushing it up. Look what we got for the economy. I just have to laugh this week what was going on. I just have to laugh. Obama does this interview. We get our GDP. It is a pathetic GDP for the quarter, 2016 first quarter. It is pathetic. It is pathetic. 0.5% growth? And GDP is what we look at as to how healthy our economy is. We measure each month how much we produce in the way of goods. That's what you look, not to the stock market. You look to the GDP. How much did we produce this month in the way of goods compared to the last month? And you want to keep growing. Are you kidding? We didn't grow 0.5%. 0.5%. Terrible. So Obama does an interview in the New York Times, and he says, when it comes to growing the economy, he manages our economy better than any large economy on earth in modern history. What a whopper that is. What is he, nuts? What's he, nuts? You talk about somebody being delusional. Our debt right now under this president is going up $150 million an hour. The debt is killing us. We have about $126 trillion in just unfunded debt. We have our almost $20 trillion in our national debt. And remember what that is. Every year when the president spends more than he takes in, then they add it to the national debt. But our debt has gone up. He's created more debt in 8 years than they take 200 presidents and combine them. Can you imagine this? In 200 years of presidents didn't match what he did in 8 years. 200 years of presidents could not create the debt that Obama created in 8 years. And he's calling himself, he's a great manager. This guy couldn't manage a Kool-Aid stand. The reality is when he leaves office, he's going to leave the office in disgrace. He's the only president in history who did not deliver a single year of economic growth of 3%, meaning that you measure all of your goods each month, and are you producing more than the previous month? And on an annualized basis, this guy could not deliver 3% growth. Reagan, on the other hand, annualized 3.5%. Clinton, I think, was like 3.1%. This guy, he's going to be lucky if he gets to 1.5%. He's a disgrace. He's a disgrace. He will leave office with the worst economic growth record in history. Our economy is not growing, and the reason because there's too much debt. See, the problem is you can't go and hire a guy to be the CEO of the United States who has never created a job, who is he organized parties for neighborhoods, and that's what he does. He was a party organizer, and that's all he did. and he's going to come in, you put him in as CEO? Would you put a party organizer in the seat of CEO for GE? You say, are you nuts? Of course not. Then why the hell did we take this guy who was a neighborhood organizer, didn't ever create a job, and we put him in CEO of the biggest corporation in the world? And now we're paying for it. Because he thinks, oh, all you do is spend. Oh, there's a recession. Let's spend our way out. Oh, really? Well, what he doesn't get is you become, first of all, you're putting the people in debt. They become debt slaves. And not only debt slaves, when you have so much debt, you can't create growth. That's our problem. We'll be right back after this break. 15 past the hour on Phil's Gang. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You know, it's been 7 years now since Obama ordered his Fed chairman to lower the savings rate from 5% to less than 0.25%. With a false narrative, it would spur economic growth and jobs. Everyone would have an opportunity in this economy. That's what he said. But what it spurred was a front-loading of the biggest, fake, unsustainable stock market rally of 200%. That's what it spurred. Now, most people did not participate in that rally because people got out of their 401k in 2009. And they said, just get me out. I want nothing but fixed income. And they got killed because with low interest rates, fixed incomes get murdered. You got to know what you're doing. If you're going to really retire, you got to be associated with the stock market. That's why you come to philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
Hi, my name is Phil Grande at philsgang.com. I'm going to tell you something about your 401k that you don't know. You know the 401k is a tax code? That's what it is. Here's how it worked. In the 80s, you had pension funds, but they decided to give their CEOs a benefit on top of the pension. It was called 401k. That was to shelter their income. That way they could keep the CEOs because it was very competitive. But when all the jobs were shipped overseas, they no longer could keep pension funds. Too expensive. So they shifted all their employees to a 401k, duping you thinking it was a good deal. But what they did is they charged hidden fees, which amount to about $250 billion a day, that they gave to lobbyists to go to Washington to make sure that this 401k would never be transparent. Here's what came of it.
Responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
That's right. So join my gang, philsgang.com.
Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. We're a teaching format. Boy, do we give good service. You know, buying a stock doesn't have to be complicated. The reason why Wall Street makes it complicated is so to make you think you need to hire them. You can do better without them, believe me, because you're not going to have those big fees. Come to Phil's Gang, where we'll show you an easy way to buy a stock. philsgang.com, where we don't make it complicated but profitable.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call. That's 877-600-4264.
Even if the federal funds rate were to return to near zero, the FOMC would still have considerable scope to provide additional accommodation.
Accommodation, what's that mean? It simply means printing money. What she's saying is the economy's terrible. We're going to claw back that 25% or 0.25% interest rate hike that we did in December. And I'm going to print a whole bunch of money so that we can give it to companies to buy their own shares back so they can boost the stock market higher. The problem with that money is 0%. That means that people lose their jobs. They go from full-time to part-time. From part-time, they go to poverty. That's the problem. We can't keep doing this. Here's the point. When the market is going up, it's always when the economy is bad. Join my gang, philsgang.com, so you can participate.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Time is the one thing that we want more of. Without the donors, I wouldn't have my Audrey. They take care of our housing. They take care of our food. In addition to the best medical treatment that my daughter could ever have. So it allows me to focus on my daughter and getting her better.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Hi, my name is Phil Grande, philsgang.com. The 401k big lie. They tell you invest $10,000 a year for 30 years, compounded at 6% annually. You will have a grand total of $245,000 to retire. That is not true. That is not the truth. What they don't tell you is the hidden fees. There's 27 hidden fees in your 401k. When you're all done, you lose half of what you put aside for your retirement. That's right, half. And another thing, you're not allowed to do individual stocks in a mutual fund. And you're not allowed to make money when stocks go down. That's ridiculous. Would you buy a car with just forward and no reverse? Why would you ever be in a fund that you can't make money when the stock market goes down? Join my gang, philsgang.com.
Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Radio Show. Want to know more about Phil's Gang? Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264.
Well, the deficit is not a big problem. The national debt, which is a function of the deficits that you have over a long period of years, but the national debt as a percentage of GDP is a little higher than I would like it. But the main thing is not to have it galloping upward. And we've had a national debt that was 120% of GDP in 1945 and 6 when we came out of World War II. And people thought that was the end of the world. And of course, it was somewhat inflationary for a while. But we had enormous prosperity after that. And there are countries around with much greater debt.
Oh, my God, he gives me a headache. Buffett. He's the one guy that could have stopped this whole subprime housing banking scam. He could have stopped it, but he made too much money on it. He owns a company called Moody's, and he was a big crook. And he was with all these bankers, and they're doing these derivatives. And to do a derivative, to sell it, like I'm going to sell you $100 million in subprime loans. You're a pension fund. I'm going to send you $100 million in subprime loans, and I'm going to give you a insurance policy. And I say, look, if those loans go bad, here's your insurance policy, i.e., derivative. In order to do that, these guys who sold the subprime mortgages to a pension fund, let's say police and fire, to do that, they needed that derivative be AAA rated. Those loans, the subprime loans, be AAA rated. And the guy can say, look at this. We got you an insurance policy. And look at this. We also have AAA rating on all these loans. And Buffett was making a fortune with his company. And he was giving AAA rated loans. One basket of loans was in Atlanta. That was a basket. It was like 80% of them weren't performing. 80% the people didn't even make their first payment. And he put a AAA rating on. And that's why your home went upside down, because of this guy. Now he's talking about debt. Debt? Listen, I don't mind debt. Yes, debt, you can create wealth through debt. But not when you become guys like him create so much debt in this country, they become richer while the rest of us become slaves. When you have so much national debt, guys like him benefit. But you and me, we become slaves, debt slaves. Talk about that in a minute. Let's first go to Stock Corner, make some money.
Stock Corner is brought to you by the Phil's Gang video channel. Go to philsgang.com. Click on the video channel graphic and check out Phil's free videos on the market, economy, and current events.
And welcome to Phil's Gang. Also sponsored by Walter's Way, a wonderful book. First-time author, Walter Scher, incredible book. Check it out. Go to waltersway.org or go to my site, philsgang.com, where you can pick this wonderful book up. It's an award-winning book, Axiom Business Book Award. That's one of the best awards that a business book can get. That's right. And it's got so many different awards. Selected to Trust Across America. It was the Midwest Book Review. Said of Walter's Way, priceless, inspiring. He has the, Scene Magazine also gave all kinds of credos to this book. I mean, this thing's got so many awards, I can't name them all. But the important one, they're all important, but the important one is the Axiom Business Award, because, see, that's anybody that reads business books, that's what they look for before they buy the book, and he's got it. So you check it out. Now, here's the best thing about this book. Not only does it have some wonderful, wonderful stories, and if you want to be an entrepreneur, and if you want to know how to do it, and you want somebody who's going to be your let's say your mentor, okay? Your mentor. This is the gentleman, Walter. He'd be your mentor. I mean, when you read this book and see what he accomplished and what he went through, I mean, just incredible. This man is an incredible man. And I just can't say enough about him and his book. So check it out. And it's waltersway.org. And remember this, he also got a certificate of congressional recognition. Not everybody gets a certificate of congressional recognition, believe me. So it's Walter's Way, and author Walter Scheer. Check it out. All right, let's go take some look at some money. I know you're not going to believe this, but in December, when Goldman Sachs was saying and J.P. Morgan saying, do not buy gold, stay away from gold, stay away from metals, and I said, no, we're going to buy them, because I could see what was going on. The economy was getting worse and worse and worse. And they kept pushing the stock market up higher and higher and higher as profits went lower and lower and lower. And I said, that means this thing is creating such a bubble. This thing, it's going to be like an atomic bomb when it blows up. And then the smart money will start getting into gold early. We got it in December, mining stocks. Look at this. First of all, our silver, PAS, we're up 166%. AU, 128%. GDX, 85%. AUI, 150%. I'm not making this up. And I give all the credit to our chart. Why? Because when it turned from red to green, it was spot on. It was spot on. And that's my PT2 chart. And every one of these profits was because we relied on the PT2 chart, which told us that the money was starting to come back in. And when it came in, we knew that Vanguard was buying again, and T. Rowe Price was buying again. Dodge and Cox was buying again. Northern Trust was buying again, and then we started to buy. And that's what you do. That's what you do. You don't have to know about trailing PE ratios and price to sales and price to. You don't got to know any of that. Let me give you a number. Okay, 877-600-GANG. 877-600-GANG. Call right now. Steve's right there. Alex is there. They'll take your call and get you signed up. Because now when this thing explodes, and if they come in and they destroy the golds, which they could do, then we're going to catch them on the way down. That's the beautiful thing. See, everybody's always worried. They get their stocks to go up, because the stocks go up 65% of the time. But people, you think people say, boy, I'm going to go in the stock market. If stocks go up 65% of the time, I'm going to go in the market. What a deal. Well, you know what? People are scared because they don't know when it's going to go back down. They don't, and then the brokers tell you, oh, stay in. See, with me, with Phil's gang, that's not going to happen. You're going to be able to sleep at night, and you're going to hope the market goes down. Call right now, 877-600-GANG, and don't forget Walter's book, Walter's Way. Check it out right now.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. Every month now, we get jobs. They give us the job numbers. We've been averaging, they tell us, 235,000 jobs a month. It's been a lie. It's a bogus number. The BLS, that counts the jobs, they use what they call the birth-death model system. What they do is they manipulate the jobs, so 40% of that number that you see is fake. That's right. If you take 235,000 jobs, the number really is 140,000. They bogus up about 95,000 jobs. But that's what goes on now on Wall Street. That's why you want to be a member of my gang, Phil's Gang, philsgang.com, because that way you get the truth. Join my gang, philsgang.com.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. Listen to what Fisher said, the former Fed governor.
We front-loaded at the Federal Reserve an enormous rally in order to accomplish a wealth effect.
That's right. Did you hear that? They took the stock market, front-loaded it, ran it 200%, so we ended up not only with a fake stock market, but fake GDP, fake money, fake jobs, fake prices, fake everything. But we took advantage of that, and we're going to take advantage again. That's why I told my gang in May to short the market on 5/29. That's May 29th. I'm telling you to short the stock market. And we were right. And the market went down over 11%. That's why you got to join my gang and learn how to short stocks just as much as buying them. Learn how to short with me, Phil Grande at philsgang.com.
Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. There's so much bad news out there. Let me give you some good news. The good news is you can retire when you're 65 years of age. You can live the same lifestyle you've come accustomed to. But you're going to have to make a change. And what's that change? To get rid of your 401k. It's a scam. It doesn't work. We've never seen more people pulling their money out of 401ks than right now. $40 billion just in this last few quarters because they know it doesn't work. So they're taking their money and stuffing it in the mattress. That's not what to do. Look, it's not about the money you put away. It's about how you invest that money. And clearly 401ks don't work. But it does work here at Phil's Gang. philsgang.com, where we just got a return of over 35% in copper.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. There is only one talk show host, Phil Grande, who delivers both social and financial talk. Not even Hannity or Rush can deliver a 1-2 punch like that. That's Phil Grande, philsgang.com. Phil Grande is unique, the industry leader, the first talk show host ever to combine social issues and finance into winning stock market ideas. That's Phil Grande, philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Time is the one thing that we want more of as a single parent. Without the donors, I wouldn't have my Audrey.
El que San Jude no cobra ni un centavo para nosotros significa quitarnos todo ese estrés, esa preocupación y podernos enfocar en nuestra hija.
That was the first thing I was like, how are we going to do this? When they told us that we didn't have to pay a single bill, I was like, wow, they pretty much have saved us.
They take care of our housing. They take care of our food. In addition to the best medical treatment that my daughter could ever have. So it allows me to focus on my daughter and getting her better.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. You know, we come in the morning, we have what we call coffee talk. But we just don't sit around and throw the bowl. Or joke or laugh. Our coffee talk is serious. Every morning before you start out investing, we have an intense discussion on what is going on and where we should be investing. Because it's all about not the money, but where you're putting that money. Join my gang, philsgang.com, and enjoy the best coffee in town.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Radio Show. Want to know more about Phil's Gang? Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264. Phil's Gang is on the air. Got a stock question for Phil? Give him a call. 855-745-7445. That's 855-745-7445.
That's right. We have the lines open. 855-745-7445. That's 855-745-7445. You don't have to be a gang member. I'll just give me your stock. I'll put it up on my PT2. and I'll be able to tell you what it's doing. All I ask, if it works for you, if I help you, please remember St. Jude. Just send money to St. Jude. You know, it costs $1.7 million a day to open up the doors of St. Jude. And our gang members have been really wonderful. And all the years we've been doing this, 15 years helping St. Jude, and the gang members have just been terrific supporting St. Jude's. And you know, since 1962, the survival rate of all the leukemias, especially the most common ones for the childhood cancers, I mean, what they've done was incredible. The survival rate, it was one of the most deadly diseases. And in 1967 or 1962, 4% was the survival rate. You know what it is today? 94%. Because St. Jude, remember, is also, they're not just a hospital, they're a research center. And 81 cents of every dollar received supports research. So please, so my thing when I started Phil's Gang was to help raise money to St. Jude's. And it still is. We do every day. I try to help you. I try to help you every day in using charts because it makes sense. Because no more does anybody buy stocks because of what they do. Those days are gone. Wall Street is rigged just like politics are rigged. Everything's rigged. And so again, the easiest thing with stocks today, you just got to follow the money. But you need a chart that does that for you. And I've been doing this for 15 years now, and the chart works. I just gave you our goals. I didn't make it up. You can go onto my site, philsgang.com, check out the website. POS, 166%. This works with any stock. So if you want, give me a call. I'll be happy to look at your stock right now. And 855-745-7445, and the lines are open. Okay. While we're waiting, it's interesting, isn't it? All the Kool-Aid drinkers. We got some of the worst economic information this week that we've ever had, and yet we hear these people.
The U.S. economy has been fine. It's slowly just going up and up every single month.
It hasn't been going up and up every single month. See, isn't that terrible? And the new president needs to change the way they report because we get all these lies. They need to change the way we report the unemployment number, especially the unemployment number. And Trump said he's going to do that because it's so ridiculous to say the unemployment rate in this country is 5%. They lie to you, just like this guy. You heard this guy lie? He says, we're going up month to month. Wait a minute. The GDP, the amount of goods we produce each month, is a disgrace. We haven't been going up and up every month. It's the slowest amount of goods produced in 2 years. How can he lie like that? Because he's looking at the stock market. See, they're trying to show you the stock market. See, they're saying, see, the market's going up, so we're doing pretty good, see? Now, the important thing for you got to make money. You got to make money to retire. You just need somebody to help you a little bit. That's all. Just help you. And that's why I'm here. Let's help, unless we got Keith. Keith, how are you, Keith?
Hey, I'm doing real good, Phil. How are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. You got what, XLE?
Yes, sir.
All right, we'll take a look. Yeah, good energy. Okay, where'd you get into XLE?
Well, actually, I just got out of it, and I think I made a mistake.
Well, here's how it works. Okay, right now, I don't know where you got in, but we have I always teach there's 4 stages to a stock, and stage 2 is the most important, stage 2 to stage 3, because stage 2 to stage 3 is the easiest place to make money, because that's where all the money comes in. It's that little window of opportunity, and that's where you got to get in. So if you got in somewhere around 56 to 58,
right,
and now it's at 68, that's probably a gain of, I don't know what that's, 56, 68, we'll figure it out. Where did you get in? Did you get in any of that area, or what?
Yeah, yes, I did, yes. Yeah.
So that's about a 21% gain. So here's what I tell my gang members. Look, when you hit stage 3, that's 80%. When you hit, that's 80% of the trade. What we do is tell them, look, why don't you take 75% off and just hold 25%? And as long as you can see the momentum, what we call our stochastics,
right?
As long as those stay in place, if they stay above 80% and the red line's above the white dotted line, stay with 25%. But it gets very dangerous because once you get to that 80% or stage 3 and you've made 10%, 20%, you can give it back. And why give it back? Because it's too hard to make.
Yeah, I don't want to give it back.
Yeah, you don't want to give it back, especially because that stage 2, Everybody loses money in the easiest part of the stock, stage 2 to stage 3. You just made some nice money. So keep it. Just keep a few shares, that's all. And then see if it runs. Because this thing is going to go down because we have not. This stock market for a year cannot break out. It can't because there's no earnings behind it. Okay? Hope that helps you.
Well, that's what I'm thinking, too. I'm thinking what you're saying. I got out of it 2 days ago because it had a big run up in those last 2 or 3 days, and I'm greedy, I guess. I didn't want to give it back.
Yeah, and that's what happens, and you start running out of steam here. And what you got to do, every time you get into a stock, you got to say, okay, I'm getting at this point, what's my goal? Am I looking for 10% return, 20% return? And you got to discipline yourself. When you hit it, you get out. And that's the toughest thing to do because you want to keep going with it. But trust your chart. When you're at 80% on that stochastic, the trade's pretty much over, okay?
I appreciate it, Phil. I've been listening to you for years, and I have really gotten some good advice from you.
Oh, thank you so much for saying that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. What I was talking to Keith about is, in a stock, you have, there's 4 stages. There's stage 2 to stage 3 is the sweet spot of a stock. Forget all the nonsense, okay, the fundamentals. It's the sweet spot. What does that mean? That means that's where the most money comes in from the institutions like Dodge & Cox or Northern Trust Bank or J.P. Morgan between stage 2 and stage 3. The beautiful thing is when profits are being taken, and that's between stage 2 and stage 3, it always recovers. Almost 9 out of times it recovers. That's why they say that's the easiest part to make money. And most people don't get that. And once you understand that, and you hit the end of that stage 3, take the profits. Take the profits. There's nothing wrong with taking a profit. Okay. I want to again get back to how serious the economic fundamentals are, how bad it is. And this president keeps telling, he goes to the New York Times and he just totally lays out stuff that's not true. And here's the key. Like Trump said, if he gets in, that he's going to tell the truth about the unemployment rate. It's not fair to tell people that the unemployment rate's 5%. It's misleading them. They make investments when they shouldn't be making investments. It's terrible when they look at a stock market and the stock market's up big time, but the people don't realize it's up because it's being financially engineered to go up as earnings are coming down. Profits are coming down. So you got a stock that's going from 52 to 68, but their profits are on their way down. And it's only going up because it's engineered. But see, we don't tell the truth. The country, they won't tell the truth. So if Trump gets in, the first thing they got to stop is with this ridiculous 5% unemployment rate. They got to tell the truth. The first quarter of 2016, our GDP, the number of goods we produce each month, grew at 0.5%. People don't know how bad that means. That's the slowest amount of goods produced in 2 years. The 3 most important categories of GDP, meaning what we produce every month, is the durable goods, that's the big ticket items, and the capital goods, that's the stuff that Caterpillar makes and Boeing makes and sells to businesses. A total disaster. And then you have business investment, another disaster. But the stock market keeps going up. So let's take advantage of it, but know when to get out. And that's why I'm here. And that's why you want to join the gang. So you'll always be out when you're supposed to be. Call my gang right now, 855-745-7445.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. Aren't you tired of all the nonsense you hear from these financial shows like this?
Should I be worried about Bear Stearns in terms of liquidity and get my money out of there? No, no, no. Bear Stearns is fine.
And then they went bankrupt. This is what I'm talking about. This is crazy. Your 401k, they take half of all the money you put away. Look, it's not about the money you're saving. It's about where you invest it and not in a 401k. Join my gang. Start using charts. I'll teach you how to use a chart so that you can maximize your returns on the money you do have. And the earlier you get started, the better. Join my gang, philsgang.com. philsgang.com.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. Listen to this contradiction.
February existing home sales down 7.1%.
American consumers, they have more cash on hand.
What a contradiction. Matter of fact, all the information you get from all the different financial programs, it's all contradiction. But here at Phil's Gang, I will tell you the truth. Join my gang, philsgang.com. You will enjoy it.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call. It's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You know, it's been 7 years now since Obama ordered his Fed chairman to lower the savings rate from 5% to less than 0.25%. With a false narrative, it would spur economic growth and jobs. Everyone would have an opportunity in this economy. That's what he said. But what it spurred was a front-loading of the biggest, fake, unsustainable stock market rally of 200%. That's what it spurred. Now, most people did not participate in that rally because people got out of their 401k in 2009. And they said, just get me out. I want nothing but fixed income. And they got killed because with low interest rates, fixed incomes get murdered. You got to know what you're doing. If you're going to really retire, you got to be associated with the stock market. That's why you come to philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
Time is the one thing that we want more of. Without the donors, I wouldn't have my Audrey. They take care of our housing. They take care of our food. In addition to the best medical treatment that my daughter could ever have. So it allows me to focus on my daughter and getting her better.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. There's so much bad news out there. Let me give you some good news. The good news is you can retire when you're 65 years of age. You can live the same lifestyle you've come accustomed to. But you're going to have to make a change. And what's that change? To get rid of your 401k. It's a scam. It doesn't work. We've never seen more people pulling their money out of 401ks than right now. $40 billion just in this last few quarters because they know it doesn't work. So they're taking their money and stuffing it in the mattress. That's not what to do. Look, it's not about the money you put away. It's about how you invest that money. And clearly 401ks don't work. But it does work here at Phil's Gang. philsgang.com, where we just got a return of over 35% in copper.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Show. This segment is brought to you by philsgang.com.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. We'll take our caller, Romney. Romney, how are you?
Yeah, I want to know your opinion on CLR.
Okay, sure. All right. Now, well, you can see CLR had a very, very good run. And are you in it now or are you out?
No, I am out. I'm just thinking for the shorting.
Oh, perfect.
Is it good to short?
Yeah, don't short now. Now, the same stock, I don't know if you have the PT2 or not, but if you have the PT2, it turned, if you go back sometime in November of last year when it went from green to red, it had a beautiful drop of about 52%, and it's starting to do the same thing right now. So once it turns red, just like it did back in November, and it dropped 52%, had a beautiful 52% short, this will be ready to go. So, I don't know if you got the PT2 or not, but it's not ready yet, but it will be shortly, so just wait till it turns red.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you. Yeah, okay. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, thank you for calling. Because that's the beautiful thing about the PT2, especially if you're so busy. You haven't got to worry about all this fundamental stuff, all this gobbledygook. You haven't got to know about it. I just talked to him. You heard me tell him. It's the same chart. And we had the same thing back in November, and it dropped 50. That's a nice profit. You're never going to make enough money quick enough to retire when they only give you one side of the transaction. You only can buy. That's ridiculous. That is so stupid. What do you mean I only can buy? You're not buying. You guys in Wall Street, you get both sides, but you screw me on the other side because you won't let me do it. Well, I'm doing it now because I know when to do it. Look, all I want to do is to help you. You help St. Jude. Just looking over during an intermission here, and my son had Hodgkin's, and you know that now St. Jude, the survival rate now today is 90%. I'm sorry, is 85%. Wow, I mean, this is incredible. And that's why if I can get you to make money in the market, would you just please give them some money? That's all I ask of my gang. And it's $49.95 a month. Now, I want to get back because I'm running out of time. Look, all I can tell you with the terrible numbers that we've got, the economic numbers, the durable good numbers, the capital goods numbers, the business investment, everything down, everything terrible. The stock market now has gone back up 14% and it's stuck. It's been stuck here for a year, right where we are now, and she's going to come back down. If you have the PT2, just like I said, the Romney, when it turns, be in position. Try it. Check it out. Go to my website. You'll see I got beautiful videos. You see I'm not lying. When I tell you these are the profits we have, we're not lying. Now, going back to the president, what we've got to do, whether it's Trump or whoever it's going to be, other than Clinton, the new president he's got to change the way they account for the unemployment number, the way they account for profits. They got to change. It's all a lie. Now, what Trump is referring to is how they calculate the unemployment rate, and they say it's 5%. And so he's there doing an interview with the New York Times, saying, look how well I've done. The unemployment rate's 5%. No, it's not. See, each Friday of the month, this administration, through its BLS, reports an average of 225,000 new jobs. Well, let's put aside 40% of them are fake. We know that right out of the gate because those are assumed jobs. But they didn't report an unemployment rate of 5%. The problem is Obama doesn't have the BLS, or did Bush, include the discouraged workers or those they put on disability, 14 million. They don't include them. Discouraged. What's discouraged? Is a person not in the labor force who look for, listen how stupid this is. Discouraged is a person not in the labor force who looked for a job sometime in the prior 12 months, but this administration doesn't count them in the 5% unemployment because they had not searched for work in the last 4 weeks preceding the survey. So they don't include, they're unemployed, they get a check, but they're not included. Now, what does that mean? Well, think if they're included. We average 225,000 new jobs every first Friday of the month. But they don't report the 525,000 discouraged who left. They don't count them. Nor do they count the 14 million who are disabled. They don't say they're unemployed. We have 3 million, more than 3 million of these people who are unemployed, but they don't count them as unemployed. That's how they get their 5%. And he calls himself the greatest manager ever. Are you kidding me? First of all, if you keep using this system of not counting the 525,000 people who don't lose their job, and you don't count them as losing their job, my God, why doesn't everybody quit today? He could have a perfect 0%, never mind 5%. Let's go to 0. In his system, he's got to hope that everybody gets laid off. If everybody loses their job, it would be a 0. They'll build monuments to him around the world. You see this? This guy had a 0% rate. Nobody's working in the United States. They're all on a breadline. But boy, look at that. Isn't that a great economy? Trump's got to change this. They're deceiving people because they want you to feel good about yourself, because they want you to go spend money. This is crazy. What a whopper. What a whopper. What a whopper. The average American has been left with stagnant wages, 0% interest on their savings. That's all we get. What? Not even a quarter of a point. Our rents are surging. Our home prices are surging. Look at our health care surging. Obamacare, you nuts. Our disposable income is dropping. After we pay all our bills, what we have left to go spend, we have nothing left. Why do you think we have $1 trillion in debt and credit cards? There's people who are making 80% of the people who work in our 147 million workforce, they make $60,000 a year. And when they finish paying their bills, they're short $1,400, $2,500 a month. So they put it on their credit card. Our disposable income, what you have left after you pay all your bills to save or to invest, is at a 10-year low. The middle class, under this guy who says he's been the best manager in the world, okay, and a warrior for the middle class, has shrunk the middle class. He's shrunk it. This is crazy. The middle class has shrunk to just half the U.S. population for the first time in 4 decades. The economy has more retirees going back to work than any other time in the last 30 years. 45% of Americans do not have enough money to cover a $500 emergency. And he's saying he's the best manager in the world. He's going to go down in history as the biggest dope next to Bush. There's going to be a contest. After he leaves office, we're going to have a big contest. Let's have a big contest. And everybody put money in a pile and we'll get rid of the national debt. And whoever wins gets $2 million. Who's the biggest debt? It will be so hard to figure out who's the biggest dope. Unbelievable. And he says the economy's doing great. This is the guy I love, his buddy, Ted Peters. I love his buddy.
The U.S. economy has been fine.
It's really been fine. How can you say it's fine? How can he say that? U.S. families are now spending a larger percentage of their budgets on the basics. Housing, food, healthcare, transportation. More than a decade ago. And he said, oh, everything's fine. See, they lie for him. See, the new president's got to fix this. The way we talk about the unemployment rate's 5%, let's put it out what it really is. It's 18 to 22%. This is crazy. In fact, it's gotten so bad. We got to the point where approximately 1/3 of all Americans don't bring home enough money to cover their core necessities. That's why that's why credit card debt is up. That's why it's up. This is crazy. Debt is a soft form of slavery, and Obama and Bush has put us into slavery. Since 1913, the value of the U.S. dollar has declined 98%. And our national debt has gone up more than 5,000 times larger. Instead of fixing it, reducing it, Obama contributes to it. And so did Bush. He created more debt in 8 years than all the other 43 presidents combined in 200 years. Debt is it's slavery. When you buy something and it's debt, you didn't buy the item, you bought debt. Consumer debt has increased 1,700%, mostly under Obama and Bush. How can he say things are good? But all I can do is this. Let me reach out and help you. You reach back and help St. Jude. We'll have a good deal between us. And just call right now, 877-600-GANG, 877-600-GANG. Steve will take your phone call. Alex will take your phone call. Sign up. Try it for a month. It works. POS, we're up 166%.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grande, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi.